All right, what's up, everyone? This is the Vidoc. We're gonna react to it. It's gonna be excellent. Oh, my back. Hello?
Beyond Light.
There we go.
Beyond Light kicks off the next trilogy of stories that we're trying to tell with Destiny.
Luke's lost some weight. Way to go, Luke.
On a journey to discover the true nature of light and dark.
It's the beginning of players learning more about the darkness. And in fact, going so far as to wield it. It's about leaving comfort and safety behind, walking a different road than one that you may have believed you were destined for.
What makes something bad? What makes darkness dark?
Hey, chat, remember all the questions that I was telling you to ask?
Who was it?
Aldrin.
How are those learnings going to change the characters that you have gotten to know over the last 6 years?
Remember, chat, you're not a being of light or darkness. You're the thing that decides what happens.
Beyond Light's really the beginning of a new adventure. Guardians, for the longest time, have been
Well, that's a
bathed in the light,
kick-ass
so this
ship.
altruistic force fighting back evil, and now we're starting to move into that gray area between the light and dark.
If the darkness reaches out, we must reach back.
Yep.
I will not sanction this.
In Season of Arrivals, the Vanguard is divided. You have some characters telling you, we should fight these ships, and we have other characters who are saying, no, we should find out what they want. We should get to know them and understand more. But it definitely comes to a head.
This next year in Destiny is really just about how all the different characters and factions are reacting to these disappeared destinations and what that means as the pyramids have arrived in our system, not for the first time, but for the second time.
We're going to see the return of a character who's been absent for a pretty long time in The Stranger, and boy, does she have a lot to say, and she has a lot of time to explain.
When I know more, you'll know more.
She has shown up to encourage us to take on the darkness, and the only way to truly stop it is to work with it.
And here comes our Guardian, right on time.
That's fucking cool.
Why did the darkness invite us here?
They
Europa
talked!
is literally like a time capsule.
It's gonna be the only voice line, and you know it.
Europa is huge.
Killer destination, freezing cold.
Desolate.
Some of the most beautiful spaces I've ever seen in a video game.
Okay.
There was a lot built on Europa during the Golden Age, and a lot of that was built underground. Clovis Bray had some research facilities there, really pushing the limits of technology and innovation there, maybe stepping into some things that we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Under the eyes, all kinds of secrets.
Clovis Bray's
so
journal
excited
would
what players are gonna
indicate
find.
that he has been doing a lot of he did a lot of things that he shouldn't have done. There's the raid.
The storm on Europa was actually something we've wanted to do for a long time.
We wanted it to feel harsh.
The weather system is so awesome. Like, you're walking through an open space, and all of a sudden, things start happening.
Coming across like Fallen or Vex for the first time, you can barely make out the glow in their eyes.
The sound of the wind, the ice will change based on what the weather is looking like. You'll actually feel every piece of the environment changing around you to match the storm.
God, I love that. I fucking love that.
Europa itself is a pretty foreboding place.
Let's
Aramis is
go
there in
full
advance
next
of us,
gen.
and She set up a forward base. She has lieutenants who have gotten their hands on stasis, gotten their hands on the darkness, and they're learning to wield it.
One by one, we will rise again.
And so I think her motivations are really interesting too.
Today, we begin breaking free from our chains.
Aramis really challenges a lot of the ways that we think about
Oh,
and
she
darkness.
destroyed a
She's gonna
servitor.
make
That's
you
a big
think
fucking
about
deal.
Your relationship with the Traveler.
That is a big
She's
deal,
a compelling
chat.
leader, and she has a vision.
Those things give them
And
life.
especially after the collapse of their society.
Just punched
people, I
out a
think,
god
the
for
Fallen
no
wanted
reason.
someone to follow.
Is the light going to be enough? I think we've seen that we need some new tools.
Really cool animation in the background there,
Maybe
by
it's
the
time
way.
to fight fire with fire, or ice with ice.
Stasis is, not just a set of new supers, but it's a new damage type. We've got Solar, Void, Arc, and now we've got Stasis.
The idea for Stasis all really came back from
My
the
man.
gameplay idea.
Give me the sound
of
effects.
Freezing someone.
That was kind of the theme that everyone kind of rallied behind. You know, Dima's an amazing concept artist, had some images that really kind of put us on the right path.
What really was landing with that was the more crystalline notion. So when we say cosmic ice, that's kind of where the cosmic comes in.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to hit him again and just shatter him in pieces.
The pieces break apart and explode into sharp shards that can damage you. So all of that kind of came together when we landed on that team.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Stasis is going to not only change the way that you can attack or approach combat, there's also some really great ways that you can upgrade it.
Then you start getting into like the more interesting parts, things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are additional ways to modify your subclass.
Okay.
Aspects are a little bit more potent, and then the fragments are the things that are class agnostic, but depending on what your class is and depending on what your aspects are and how you want to play, you're probably going to be starting to select different ones in there.
Excellent.
This is just
more
the beginning for Stasis.
RPG.
We're going to continue to expand on it. We're just excited for players to get their hands on this.
When we're creating a new palette like Stasis, we do what we call a source jam. Everyone on the team blocks out about a week where we can say, okay, you're gonna go out into the world, microphone, recorder, record anything that reminds you of cosmic ice. That gives us the palette that we can build the
That
eventual
is
sounds out of.
fucking awesome.
I found personally that the best way to do it was at night. But doing screams, screeches, and blood-curdling yells is a little scary at night. Then I had a really rumbly stomach, and that also was recorded. There was also a breast pump. You have to make use of what you got.
That is so smart. That is
Beyond
so
Light, we
smart.
have new exotic weapons for you.
Fucking genius.
No Time to Explain is coming back. Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal, and it starts spitting out rounds alongside you. You can actually have that on top of the Arc Soul, so you can be your own little mini firing squad you build.
Love
for
it. That was gonna be my next question.
Another one we have is the Laments. It uses up your sword's energy to give yourself a new combo that ends up in a big spinning slash. Probably the largest selling point for a lot of people is that it slices right through barrier champions.
I think the largest draw for most people is actually going to be the fact that it is a chainsaw sword.
Maybe.
Yeah. For Beyond Light, we really wanted to create exotic armor pieces.
Strike
that
scoring
formed
coming
a
back?
key part of
We've
your
had strike
build
scoring for a
around which
while.
all the other parts of your build could revolve.
Interesting.
For example,
armor.
the Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted from Golden Age tech. When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy, and then you cover yourself in an overshield. The Warlock exotic is Necrotic Grip. If you are facing a wave of thralls running at you, you can nail them with your melee attack, and it starts to burst and sort of cascade through the whole group.
Very cool.
There's
Very
a lot there
cool.
for newcomers coming in too. If you've got a friend who hasn't tried it out, it's a really
That looked
great
like the
time to
Omni
jump
Gold
in.
Strike. It
Really
did.
like that entry experience for free players.
Okay, so we're talking about New Light
Last
now.
year, when New Light launched, we brought back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year, we're bringing back a much larger portion of the destination.
Holy shit!
It takes some of the experiences that started with original Destiny 1, but
Wow, I didn't think I would care so much. I actually have goosebumps. Holy shit.
What you're gonna meet in this new opening experience is a character with not one, but two names from Fast and the Furious, Shah Han.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here.
What I love about the Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled.
Not Aldrin. Oh no, it's not Aldrin. Imagine people not knowing what it was, not knowing what it was.
Taking
Imagine.
advantage of the darkness to make their move forward.
Imagine hypotheticals being wrong.
A sister of Oryx, and she's taking this opportunity to build up an army.
But my favorite YouTuber said!
Cyrus goes out, stumbles across
Calm down, chat.
these hive growths that are driving combatants crazy.
So Cyrus is in trouble, and of course, you're his only hope.
Well, there's Aldrin.
We warned you it was going to be dangerous down here.
Oh, wow. Oh.
We finally catch up to what we saw at the end of Forsaken.
Finally.
Where we saw Aldrin being brought back to life. Finally!
Aldrin, who now refers to himself as Crow, he doesn't know what he did. The slate's been wiped clean when he was resurrected as a Guardian.
We know what he's done, and we know what he could be capable of doing.
His name is
now we're gonna
Crow.
spend some time watching him go back and forth, and that's going to question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves. How
Is
we
he
look at
the
light, how
Crow,
we look at
chat?
darkness.
Be really careful with
In
live
Season of the Hunt,
rounds
we're partnering
around
with
him.
Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those cryptoliths are attracting Alexian Cabal and corrupting them. So Zebu Wrath is essentially corrupting herself and army, and it's our job to put a stop to it.
I'm really excited.
Oh,
to
she
see
said Zebu
Arath
Arash,
fleshed
chat.
out more, and to find out more about her relationship.
She
with
didn't say Savathun.
and what that means for year 4 of Destiny.
Savathun has been.
What could it
placing
mean?
dominoes. And at the end of year 4, she's going to knock down the dominoes. We're going to see what she's been really up to. And so this year, she's putting the last pieces in place.
Destiny is just a really incredible world, and there are so many stories for us to tell.
I'm finally excited
We have a
again. This
lot
is
to look
dope.
forward to. Beyond Light, then the Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and all the seasonal content between. We feel like we've got a really great way to bring people together. Working through COVID and working through some of the other turmoil in the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well we've been able to get things done.
Yeah, bravo.
We're committed to your characters and your community of players. We want to meet you where you are.
At the retirement home?
I think the thing that excites
They're
me
coming
the
to
most
the
about
retirement
Destiny's
home,
future is how much
chat!
it's rooted in
I'm
where we
so
come from.
excited!
Seeing villains revealed and finding out secrets that we've been hinting at for years.
When I look at the team that we're building and continuing to grow and hire, the new leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that gets me super excited.
Destiny's best days are ahead of us.
Yeah, that's hot, dude. That was hot. That was like super hot.
Something bad. What makes
Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna like run this in the background. That is a big pog, dude.
Beyond Light kicks off the next.
Holy cow!